play through up here. Just make sure you have our players.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. We're probably among the very few that play college. Again, I think one of the excitements about college basketball is the fact, and you're wrong, college football is very exciting too. But college basketball, everyone's in it. And then when all of a sudden start to run against them, maybe it's because they got healthy, maybe because they got better or what it is, so they're not competing. Big draw for college football. That team, if you started out and told us at the beginning of the year and then you got a little bit out of that, you still may not make it.
Well, good evening and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Pioneer Panthers football against the Laville Lancers tonight here at Royal Center at the pit for the home team Pioneer. I'd like to welcome everybody to the broadcast. Thank you for tuning in and watching us tonight. Doug, we've got a Pioneer team 2-0 tonight against a 1-1 Laville Lancers team coming in here. And Laville, excuse me, they're a team that a lot of people think could give Pioneer some fits tonight.
It's a good possibility. They have some good guys in the backfield. They have a little bit of speed, and their defense seems consistent so far. But I know they're going to have their challenge tonight up there with Pioneer's offense and their speed.
Well, last week, Pioneer shellacked the Warriors of Winnemac, 76-0. 5 interceptions, 3 taken back for touchdowns. Defense looked amazing last week.
You couldn't say enough about it. Those linemen right up front stepped those guys back, allowed the middle linebackers and outside linebackers to do their job. And I'll tell you what, just with that, putting the pressure on the quarterback allowed the corners and the safeties to do some interception, to do some real damage on the run backs.
Definitely. Jack Kaiser had, I believe, 2 carries on the night. And, 2 carries for Jack Kaiser is an anomaly, honestly. But they didn't need him. They had the defense cranked up last week, and they did a great job. Now, with Laville, they beat a Triton team who, to me, I thought Triton would be a pretty good team this year. But they shut them out. I believe it was 17-0 last week.
Yeah, 19-0.
19-0. And they've got a sophomore quarterback, Aiden Doyle, who was 12 of 26 on the year, 189 yards, 1 touchdown pass. And watching some highlight videos of him, he looks pretty tough.
Yeah, when you got a young quarterback out there, that always looks good for their future, too.
Yeah. As far as rushing for the Laville Lancers, Dill has 19 carries on the season for 89 yards. He's the leading rusher as far as yardage-wise with a touchdown. Robbie Pope, 9 carries, 36 yards, but I think he's only carried, 9 for 36. And then you've got Colby Watts, 17 for 76 yards and a touchdown. Not a whole lot of offense for them yet this year. They played a very good Culver Military Academy team the first of the season and got beat, but they showed some promise right in that first game.
Yeah, Culver is ranked up there in the top 15 in the state, so definitely I'm sure they had their tough time that week too.
That's a 4A school as well. So we're getting ready for the Pioneer Panthers to come onto the field tonight. See the smoke going out.
They're bringing out all the stuff.
Oh, yeah. Fireworks to be later. No, I'm just kidding. And they're all your Pioneer Panthers. Some other games tonight. HNAC games. You've got Culver at Knox. That's an RTC TV4 game if you want to tune into that. Culver's 0-2, Knox 1-1. Delphi versus North Judson, which should be a really good game at Blue Jay Field. 7:30 kickoff for that one. 2-0 Delphi, Judson 2-0. 0-2 North White will be at Winnemac 0-2, so that'll be the battle of losing teams right now, but hopefully, you'd like to see Winnemac get a win there. Then you've got Triton 1-1 at Caston 0-2. That's an RTC TV4 game as well. And of course, we got tonight here RTC TV4 game going on, Pioneer versus Laville. Some of the TRC games, you've got Manchester at Wabash, North Miami at Tippy Valley, Northfield at Southwood, Peru at Rochester, and Whitco at McConaughey.
Southwood's possibility later on in the season when it gets to the state tournament. They're number 11 in 1A right now. It's looking at some pretty good season this year.
And Southwood's one of those teams last year that I really thought that's who Pioneer would meet in the semi-state. Monroe Central knocked them off, and that Southwood team was loaded last year. They've still got a lot of talent coming back, so we'll see how that goes. Getting ready to get started here at the pit. Home of the Pioneer Panthers here on RTC TV4. Thanks again for tuning in, checking it out. Got people viewing from all over the world, I know that. Former Panther players, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, any kind of relatives. We appreciate the support and the text messages and Facebook messages to myself, Doug Hess, whoever, and RTC TV4 as well, letting us know that you enjoy the broadcast.
I even shared it with my 7th and 8th graders, and some of them said they might watch if their parents couldn't.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So it looks like Pioneer will be receiving tonight.
Kicking off for the Lancers is number 4, Leighton Zarnecki, excuse me.
Looks like back for Pioneer will be the Llewellyn boys. Number 15, Adai. Number 5, Ezra. Derek Wyerman, number 10 in that backfield deep for the Panthers. Zarnecki puts a boot into it. It'll be Ezra Llewellyn taking the ball. He's already past the 40, the 50, and he gets pushed out of bounds. A nice start for the Panthers to get things going tonight.
Looks like he got about to the 45, gives him
Again, we talk about it almost religiously every week about how Pioneer starts on their short fields. Makes it a lot easier to score points and score in the bunches.
Yeah, when your special teams step up almost every time, it helps your team tremendously on offense.
So Kaiser's a quarterback, Notre Dame recruit, Jack Kaiser the senior. Gregorich set left to him. Kaiser will roll to his left. He'll fire outside to Kinley. Kinley's got the catch, and he's past the 40. Nice pickup to start things off for the Panther offense.
Pick up 6 yards for Callahan and Kaiser on the pass.
So 6-yard gain. Start things off.
Over there on the Laville side, you do have the cornerbacks, Jimmy Fisher, free safety, Edgar Alvarado.
Kaiser being shotgun, moves the die into motion. Kaiser will keep it, and he'll pick up that first down with that run. Guarantee Kaiser's going to run the ball a lot more than 2 times tonight.
Zarnecki instead on the tackle there for the Planters.
First and 10. Ball sitting at the 34 for Pioneer. Kaiser will be up under center with Gregorich. Von Tobel in the backfield along with Llewellyn. Motion by Von Tobel. The handoff will go to Gregorich, and he'll pound it forward. Pick up about 7 yards on that one.
Front line stepping up and getting that first step in there that you talked about last week with the coaches. They did step, make sure you get that first step and opening up the hole for them.
Good job by Walker and his cohorts up front. Kaiser being that shotgun. Kaiser in motion and too much motion for the Panthers. It'll be a false start, and that'll move them back 5 yards. Now it'll be second down. Kaiser in the shotgun with Gregorich to his right. Llewellyn in motion. Kaiser will keep it. He'll find a little bit of room, not a whole lot. Powers forward for maybe 4.
Right out my number 64, Corbin Brown from Laville.
And now it's third down. It's about 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. So already a big 3rd down for the Panthers. Kaiser will take the snap. He'll roll, fire, and it's dropped. Pass was intended to Kobe James, and it bounced off the shore, but I'm guessing Pioneer will be going for it on 4th here. Obviously, they don't have somebody who's going to kick it. So big 4th down. Von Tobel in motion to the right. They give to Gregorich. Or no, Kaiser kept it. Boy, he had me faked out. I thought it was a great fake by Gregorich to keep it. And
He kept it there in a long time, but then with 12, Riley Wagner pulling down before they get the first down.
this is the first time Pioneer has been held on a 4th down all year. So let's see what the defense can do for Pioneer all season. So now Pioneer's got something to look to play for now.
Yeah, 75-yard touchdown pass on their first play.
So a great pass by Doyle
Caught the defense off guard. They bid on it.
That was beautiful.
Put this in your bag too, an extra one.
Thanks. So that last play was a 75-yard pass from sophomore Aiden Doyle to number 23 Andrew Dill. What it was, we had some technical difficulties there, but we're back live now, so we'll tell you about it. There's a little pump fake screen, went right down the sideline. 75 yards later, Dill walked into the end zone pretty much. I mean, that ball was a beautiful pass and a great call. And you didn't want to see that anyways because Laville scored and Pioneer didn't. So.
True. Yeah, they had their two outside guys cut into the middle. All our guys on the outside followed them. And Dill came in from, he must have been in the wing back there position and then stepped to the outside. And after they bit on that fake handoff, which they wrote it pretty long, so it did look like it was going to be a handoff, and it caught Pioneer completely off guard.
Now, all that does is give Laville tons of confidence right now. And it kind of puts Pioneer a little bit behind. I mean, they haven't been scored on all year. So this short kick, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Berneski's kick goes out about the 30-yard line, which is a penalty. Which I'm sure Pioneer will take over on that with the 35. They're going to make him kick it over.
There you go.
They had guys take off too soon.
Pioneer likes to re-kick.
Ask the kicker, so wow, how many times have you seen that?
I usually take 35 and go, right?
They actually lose 5 yards there.
So that'll push Laville back. They'll be kicking from their own 45, or my fault, 35-yard line.
Zernecki lines up again. Llewellyn brothers back deep for Pioneer.
That's going to go to Ezra Llewellyn, and it drops between his arms, but he'll pick it up, and a broken play, but the broken play, oh, he's still on his feet, gets past the 45, dropped down. Looks like they're going to mark him on the 45-yard line. Boy, one more little
step.
Yep, one more step, and he's gone. You don't catch that, young man. So,
22-yard return for Ezra.
So Jack will get things started here on the 45-yard line. Hopefully it's a better outcome than what happened last time. Got turned around on downs and fourth down. Kaiser will keep. He's got some running room, and he still can't quite stay on his feet. Gets dropped by number 4. Layton's Zarnecki, but that'll be a big first down for the Panthers and push him into the Laville territory.
Tackle made by Zarnecki.
About a 42-yard pickup for Kaiser. Quick change, getting back in towards the red zone.
Yeah, it does not take them long if they're on point. Gregorich nearly coughs that up, but he covered it up real quick, and he picked up a couple on the play. Student on the tackle for the Lancers. So 2nd and 7 for Pioneer. Kaiser in the shotgun formation. Gregorich on the left. He's got Von Tobel and Adai Llewellyn in that backfield. Kaiser will just take a quick snap. He'll pound it up that left side. And he's still on his feet. Touchdown number 4, Jack Burley. Kaiser. He just did it all on his own right there. I mean, he shed a couple tackles and was able to just sniff his way into the end zone.
And one of the guys hit him on the top half of his body, and he
Forget
just
about
shoved
it.
him right off.
Forget about it. You're going to hit him on the top half, you might as well not tackle him, try to tackle him at all, because it's not going to happen. Very rare. So the Panthers quickly put a score on the board and go for this 2-point conversion. Kaiser will take the snap. This time he'll go off the right side, pound it forward, dives forward. 2-point conversion's good by Jack Kaiser.
Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
So the Panthers quickly come back and put the points to get ahead already, 8-6. I think that kind of woke them up a little bit.
It may not be as easy as they hoped.
Now this defense has to be ready for anything. I mean, they come back and put the points on the board, but Laville can put points on the board too.
They proved it already.
So 8-6, 7:52 left in the first quarter. Pioneer up. Again, this was a 7:30 kickoff, so a lot of games are already pushing the halftime, I'm guessing, or close to it. Hopefully we can get some scores rounded up.
That's what people are going to remember. That Bowden hit. Poor kid. Llewellyn set the kick for a Pioneer.
So Adai Llewellyn with the wind at his back. Pounded 3 touchbacks last weekend. He'll put a foot into it. Colby Watts with the return. And he slips a tackle and gets ushered out of bounds.
Watts with the return.
So Laville will take over.
Kobe Watts gets about 11 yards on the return.
6-yard line. That's Brown. Got under control.
Yeah.
Go back forward.
So 8-6, 7:45 left in this first quarter. Put motion to Watts. No, hand off to Watts, but that wasn't fooling the Panthers. They stayed right at home and took care of business at the line of scrimmage.
Llewellyn, Gregorich,
Lost ball
and a
carrier.
couple other guys in on that tackle. Let him head on at the line.
Gregorich in on the stop. No gain on the play. Makes it second down. I think that was Watts, wasn't it? Let's see. 21.
So a good stop by the Panthers again. And that was Dustin Sparks, number 80, the senior.
Doyle ball carrier. Dustin Sparks into the stop for Pioneer.
Bring up 3rd and 11 for the Lancers.
11 yards to go.
Doyle setting that shotgun formation. This time they fake and it's going to be a pass interference, it looked like, probably on Llewellyn. The ball was way too high to catch, but it doesn't matter in high school football.
And Doyle's pass sailed over Jimmy Fisher's head, but like one of the Llewellyns is right there with the hands on him a little bit too soon.
That'll be an automatic first down for Laville. Daniel McKay, Gavin James going into the defensive front for the Panthers. So Laville set up shotgun formation for Doyle. He's up under center. There's a snap. They'll run it. Watts will run it out, but a good job by the Panthers to get out there, string that play out. When you have two of the fastest guys in the county, Jack Kaiser and Llewellyn, to string out a play, that's always nice to.
Yeah, one of them's going to bring it down.
Yeah. Ezra was there and made the first contact, but Jack cleaned it up and took care of business. It's still a 4-yard gain, but it could have been a lot more for Colby Watts.
He could have got around that corner, but like Llewellyn got his foot on the outside of it and make sure he stayed there.
So again, Doyle under center. Motion to Watts, and they're going to run a little counter play. This time it's coming across the other way. Number 23 has it, and that's a good run by number 23.
Andrew Dill, the ball carrier.
And that was Andrew Dill.
Jack Kaiser in on the stop.
Pioneer's going to call a timeout, and Gregorich isn't very happy, I don't think. So we'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back after this quick timeout on RTC TV 4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
We're back here at Pioneer High School. Well, the score is 8-6. Panthers up. 6:07 left. You're watching RTC TV 4. Thanks for tuning in.
It's a nice warm night here for some football. I'm sure these guys are sweating pretty good.
It's a run, and that looks like that got the first down. And Doyle looks like he did pick it up.
Enough for a Laville first down. And 2 yards on the play.
The Panthers. Inside 6 minutes to go, and 6 once again. Panthers over.
Just being 5 yards ahead of everything. So 5 yards behind.
Kevin James, Connor, Jonathan Beckman, maybe 68.
This time Laville being shotgun. Doyle set deep. 3 wide on this side. And that should have been a, yes it is, it's a delay of game. So that'll push him back 5 yards.
Delay a game against Laville. Be a 5-yard penalty.
So 1st and 15 for the Lancers now. Well, hopefully Coach Gregorich got in the ear of these Panther defensive players and, hey boys, we need to tighten it up a little bit.
Keep those assignments that we talked about last week.
Again, 3 wide on this side. Doyle in shotgun, puts Pope in motion. Doyle will run, and he won't get much at all. Gregorich was on top of it. Great job by Danny Gregorich to pretty much shadow that quarterback on that play.
Yeah, he found a hole and was in that backfield. Doyle didn't have much place to go.
Loss of 1 yard.
So 2nd and 16 for the Lancers. Doyle barking out the calls. He'll take the snap. He'll look deep. This ball is going to be caught, and there you go.
Again.
He knocks him out of bounds. Kaiser with a great effort to get to that receiver, and wow, I tell you what, Laville has found something here on the Panthers defense.
A little bit of opening once again, crossing routes again for him, and then sending him to the outside. Looks like they're trying to take Kaiser away and then get to the outside away
trying
from
to look him off, and so far so good for the Lancers. They've got down the field with that deep pass. That was Robbie Pope on that, or excuse me, that was Andrew Dill on that catch again.
64 yards. Andrew Dill again.
Again, Andrew Dill running for his life, and great job. Wow, a heat-seeking missile comes out of nowhere.
Di Llewellyn said, not today.
And I tell you what, you know, you're down here within 3 yards of the end zone, and you can just say, yeah, let him score, you know, but no. Di Llewellyn puts on the Rockets pretty much. And just, that was crazy.
It looked like he was just shot out of a cannon right there. Boom.
And that's effort. That's effort. I mean, that's all effort. 90% of kids would just say it's a touchdown.
He had good form on that. Got his head to the outside, across his body. That's what you look for, to stop him down at the goal line.
So Doyle set behind center again. Go motion. This time Doyle will keep it, and he'll pound forward. And nobody's called a touchdown yet. And I don't think they've got it.
Looks like both sides of the officials.
Yeah.
Both came up about a half yard short.
All the Lancer teammates thought he had one,
I
but
think so.
just short. So Brady Smith will come in to Brady Smith will come in to clog up that middle on that defensive line. Connor Walker will come out. So a big third down again, right on the goal line here. A fumble! Oh, wow. Wow.
That just squirted out of his hands, didn't it?
Well, so now it's fourth down, and that'll push him back. And, you know, I'm guessing you go for it. A 4-yard loss, so to move him back to the 5-yard line. This is a big play now. 2:35. Clock running. 8-6 Pioneer up. And they're probably going to just call a timeout here and talk it over a little bit more. And sure enough, Laville will call the timeout.
Their first timeout of the half.
So we'll go to a short break. Pioneer up 8-6, 2:17 left. You're watching RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
So back here at Pioneer, and a big fourth down for the Laville Lancers. Down by 2:17 to go in the first quarter.
We got manager John Ulrey down there on the sidelines trying to get the crowd pumped up for this fourth down.
So shotgun formation for Doyle. Watts behind him. It's a deep snap. He'll roll to his right, looking inside. Jack Kaiser can't break it up, and that looks like it might be a touchdown. It is a touchdown.
Number 87, Jimmy Fisher.
Boy, Kaiser was right there, just another inch, and he probably would have knocked that out, but a good route by Jimmy Fisher to catch that in the back of the end zone.
Jimmy Fisher.
So Laville goes up 12-8. And that goes through.
Leighton Zarnecki.
This is Zarnecki, bangs it through. So with 2:11, it's 13-8 Laville. So Laville is giving Pioneer all they can handle right now.
Pretty sure Pioneers questioning some of their scouting at this point, but coaches will make adjustments, I'm sure.
They've got down the field, Laville has, with the, with that deep pass twice now. And like you said earlier, they're trying to take Kaiser out of the picture as they kind of look to the middle, get him moving, and then they are able to leak somebody down the sideline, and it's worked twice now.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to pull Kaiser to the inside, and even one of the Llewellyn brothers covering outside guy. Those guys have both moved in, and then they're having to bring somebody, one of our middle linebackers, having to cover, and that's obviously their plan, and so far it's worked.
Telling you what, if they kick to one of the Llewellyns again here, I think he's gonna find a gap. They've done well so far. So Adai and Ezra back with Derek Wireman. There's another kick, and it's gonna bounce out of bounds. So that'll be a penalty.
Kickoff goes out of bounds.
We'll see if Pioneer will push them back or if they're going to just take it. And they're going to make them kick it. So they'll be kicking from the 35, Zarnecki.
Legal procedure for the kick out of bounds. Pioneer chooses to re-kick.
You don't see the re-kick much for the high school, but when you have special team guys, the Llewellyn umbrellas back deep, it can make a huge difference. So I can understand Barry's decision-making process with the special teams.
Want the ball in the hands of these two guys back here, Ezra and Adai Llewellyn. This time it's going to be a short kick, but it's going to hop down, and Ezra will take it, and he's going to come across the field, and if he can make a move, he turns it upfield, and he's all the way past the 45. Going to mark him at the 47, it looks like, and I'll tell you what, he just turned that shoulder and the hip and
put a little pause on and then leaned into it and got about 24 yards on that.
Boy, the things he can do with speed.
Pioneer starts this drive, 1st and 10 from their own 47.
So a cat and mouse game so far, Doug, with 2:03 left, 13-8. It's just going back and forth score-wise. Kaiser will set up under center. They hand off to Gregorich, and he stays on his feet, and he could be off to the races. He's angling himself back, and he's going to get big-time yardage for that first down run by Danny Gregorich.
That's good for a Pioneer.
Who says that kid doesn't have moves, huh?
43 yards for him.
43 yards. I'll tell you what, and Gregorich, when he was a younger running back, a lot lighter back then in junior high, but man, he was a tough, fast kid. Of course, he's put on the weight, and he's still tough and fast. So we'll be set on the 14, minute 40 left. Motion by Llewellyn. Kaiser will just take that snap, go off that left side, bang forward.
Number 12, Riley Wagner, got him by the feet.
Good hard run by Jack Kaiser, and he's going to pick up about 5 on that run.
Make it second down.
So clock running, second down, 5 to go. Ball sitting on the 9. They're going to try to put another score on the board before this first quarter goes. Kaiser set. Motion to Von Tobel, the handoff to Gregorich, and he is in there for a touchdown. I'll tell you what, Danny Gregorich puts his head down and drags people into the end zone that time.
Yeah, I think he wanted that one.
Yeah, that's his first touchdown of the year, too. I didn't realize that. I was thinking he had one, but he's got a lot of two-point conversions, but that's his first varsity touchdown this year. So Pioneer will set up for this two-point conversion. And Adai Llewellyn will be at the fullback spot as Gregorich comes out. Kaiser takes a snap, and he'll try to pound it forward. And he got it.
He just kept those legs pumping on that one.
So Jack Kaiser puts 2 more on the board. 16-13 Pioneer. With 54 seconds here left in this first quarter. So again, back and forth. Right now, Doug, and Pioneer is just, they don't have an answer for the passing game of Laville. And I tell you what, that sophomore Aiden Doyle is looking great out there right now.
Yeah, he's putting it right on the mark, and Dill's getting open for him. He's taking his time to get out of the backfield, and I think that kind of misconception or misdirection for that is making it difficult for our outside guys to stay on him.
And as humid and hot as it is out there, these guys are going to take as much time as they can getting their breath. You can tell a couple guys are winded already.
Yeah, it's a different game when that humidity up. There was a couple practices this past week. Those guys were coming in, and it was obviously they were hurting. Those Monday and Tuesday were rough all the way around for all sports. They even canceled a cross-country meet because of it. They didn't want anybody getting too dehydrated.
Well, the Dick Farr, the baseball coach out here for a long time, talked to me before the game saying, you know, the baseball and football seasons need to be switched around. They're playing baseball in snow and football in high humidity. So Llewellyn will kick the tee almost farther than he does the ball. And a good coverage, but we're going to have a flag on that return. Colby Watts on the return. See what the call was. And it's a hold. So that'll push him back. So 49.7 left here in the first quarter. Pioneers up 16-13.
10-yard penalty on that.
Again, thanks for watching RTC TV4. Got other games going on the docket. Flip around, find them. I know Rochester's playing, Caston's playing, Culver's playing. Most of those were 7 o'clock starts, I do believe.
Starts first and 10 for their own 18-yard line.
So the 18-yard line is where Laville will get started.
Possible thoughts, those guys have been going man-to-man. It's possible we may have to look to a zone defense a little bit more.
Cover 2 is what Pioneer used to run a lot of. Quick snap, and oh my gosh, he takes off, and that's a first down and a fumble, but let's see who recovers this. Jack Kaiser was the one that caused the fumble, but looks like Fisher was able to jump on it.
Kaiser in on the stop. Carries enough for Laville, first down.
That was Robbie Pope on the carry. He picked up 12 yards before he lost it.
Good hard run by Robbie Pope, and it looked like the sea opened up in the middle.
Yeah, it looks like we're playing a little bit more for pass on that. That's what
Yeah,
it was.
I think
They got
so.
the spread, and they were looking for it.
Now you got 4 wide, 2 to the right, to the left. Doyle calling the play out, takes a snap. Looking
Kaiser
again,
sees
this
it.
time Kaiser sees it, and he picks it off. The 40, 30, to the 20, 10, 5, jumps, touchdown, number 4, Jack Burley Kaiser. Wow. He was waiting on that, was he not, Doug?
Yeah, they even pulled the other safety and had them come up and take a guy, left Kaiser back at safety all by himself, and he read the quarterback's eyes and saw it all the way, takes it in from 45 yards out.
The quarterback, he thought he had him burnt. He thought he had him, and here comes Jack, and that's what he does so well. So well as ball hawk, and such a smart player out there. So we've got a hold. So this will negate that touchdown. Another one that Jack Kaiser has made miraculous plays on.
I didn't see that flag come out.
I didn't either. So last week, Kaiser picked was it 75?
I think it was a 65-yard interception return called back.
Called back. He made a great play in the middle of the field to get around two people for Winnemac. And then tonight, he just hurled a guy into the end zone and took it up the sideline. So we'll see what goes on. We got 10 seconds left, 16-13 Pioneer. Well, Kaiser will set underneath the center. Motion Von Tobel. Kaiser will roll to his left. He's got Kinley open, and he can't quite get him. Kinley stretched out as far as he can about stretch, and incomplete pass down that sideline. So it'll be 2nd and 10 with 4.2 left here in the first quarter. Kaiser will have one more shot here in the first quarter, more than likely. The 2nd and 10, ball on the 37. Llewellyn in motion. They hand off to Gregorich, and he powers forward. And that'll be the end of that first quarter. So at the end of the first, Panthers leading 16-13. We'll take a quick break. You're watching RTC TV4. Thank you for watching.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back to RTC TV4's coverage of the Pioneer Panthers. Pioneers up 16-13 going into the second quarter. Been a pretty interesting game so far, Doug.
It's been a bit of a surprise from what we might have been anticipating.
I believe
there.
so. A lot of can't overlook this Laville team. They've got a nice squad out there. So Kaiser will set under center. He'll hand it off to Ezra Llewellyn, and he cuts the corner. And he stays on his feet, and he cuts back to the left, and he's just making, and that's going to, it should be a face mask. They're not going to call it, but, well, he did get the first down finally,
He ran a long way for 8 yards.
I tell you what, that's PlayStation stuff.
Bounced off 2 or 3 guys.
It shows the balance that the kid has as well.
Official timeout.
Well, it looked like Ezra looked like a face mask almost, but he must have just got the shoulder pad or. So it'll be first down for Pioneer. Just into the second quarter, 16-13, Panthers up.
We're still under officials timeout. Look like must be equipment over there on the
Yep.
Laville side.
So Pioneer first down. Kaiser in his shotgun, puts Llewellyn in motion. He's going to keep it. Kaiser up the middle, dragging people, and that'll be a first down for Jack Kaiser.
Good for a Pioneer.
Doesn't take much for that offensive line to hold their ground. Kaiser's going to get past.
No, about 3 guys jumped on him, but looked like number 13, Edgar Alvarado, hung on long enough to pull Kaiser down, but not after he got picked up 13 yards.
So 11-14 on the 13-yard line. Kaiser in shotgun formation. Adai Llewellyn set back there at fullback.
Oh,
And it looks like Adai kind of tripped up over himself and
and
didn't
he
get
caught
anything out of
Kaiser's
that.
Feet.
Llewellyn, the ball carrier.
They both fell down.
Yeah.
Was that a die?
Yeah.
Or is it a die?
So that'll move Pioneer back on that play. Nothing that Laville did at all, but just miscommunication. So 2nd and 13.
You guys can't be hanging out in here, all right? Find a seat.
And Kaiser will keep it, and he just keeps those legs churning and picks up at least 8 on the carry.
I kicked out your kid, I apologize.
Can't be easy scouting Pioneer regardless with, hey, do I give it to Llewellyn? Do I give it to Kaiser? Do I give it to Gregorich? Who are we going to watch? Who are we going to key on? But obviously they're doing okay so far. They're keeping them from too long of running yards at this point in time. But Gregorich stepped out and got a good one.
Yeah, you got weapons all over the field for Pioneer. So 3rd down and 9. Kaiser will take the snap. He'll keep it, and he's into the end zone again. Touchdown, Jack Kaiser.
That was a great fake to Gregorich because 2 guys fell down towards Gregorich. He kept his head bent over, and Kaiser just pulled it out the last second. That's hard to defend.
So Jack Kaiser puts another touchdown on the board tonight. In the paper earlier today, actually, in the Ferris Tribune that covers Pioneer, they talked about how Jack kind of fell off of the scoring wagon. It's going to happen. He's going to put points on the board.
And he's got no problem with other guys on his team scoring for him.
We'll be ready for the 2-point conversion. Adai Llewellyn in motion. And I don't think he was able to get anything out of that. So it's 22-13 Pioneer. 9:40 left here in the second quarter. Watching RTC TV4. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back after this.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
So back here at the pit, home of the Pioneer Panthers, where they lead 22-13. 9:40 left here in the second half. Jack Kaiser just took one in for a touchdown.
Llewellyn to kick for Pioneer.
So Adai Llewellyn will kick off for the Panthers.
Watts and Dill deep to receive.
You see if Adai can get a good leg into it.
Colby Watts, Andrew Dill back deep for the Lancers.
This is a very short kick, and it's going to trickle out of bounds right about the 30-yard line. Stark contrast from this week to last week on the way Di Llewellyn's kicking the ball.
I think he's stepping a little bit too close to the ball, and when you do that, it gets caught underneath you a little bit too much, just like, you know, on the golf ball, you get a little too much under it.
Boy, the tee's going about 20 yards down the field every time he's kicked it tonight.
Yeah, I guess that is about how I play golf, too, with the tee.
So Laville will get started on the 36, down 22-13 here in the second quarter. Under center will be the sophomore Aiden Doyle. He takes a snap, he hands off, and a great job by Miles Von Tobel, just textbook tackling.
Robbie Pope stopped in the backfield. Miles just put his nose piece right in his chest, and every defensive coach loves that style tackle.
Miles Von Tobel, so far this year to me, is your defensive MVP. He's done a whole lot. I mean, Jack does his thing, but Von Tobel, as far as tackling and being in every play almost.
Hey, he's finding his way into the backfield a lot.
So Doyle will set up 2nd and 11 for the Lancers. There's a deep pitch, and that's going nowhere, and a great job by Jack Kaiser reading that.
Guess what? Miles is there again.
Yeah.
And Sparks.
So the defense, I think, got a little bit of fire under him from defensive coordinator Dave Gregorich, and they're looking a lot better in this series for sure. Another 1-yard loss.
I think it's 3rd down, 12 yards to go for Laville.
So 3rd and 12 for the Lancers. 8:28 left here in the first half.
I'm guessing they probably ran to Kaiser's side to make sure he stays honest to trying to do his position.
The shotgun formation. Doyle will take it. Looks downfield. And that ball is going to be incomplete. Cal Kinley was on the coverage.
And for Jimmy Fisher there, but just off his fingertips, it looked like out of his reach.
So this will be a 4th down for the Lancers.
Zarnecki stepping up to punt.
Zarnecki, their resident kicker, punter. Kaiser deep for the Panthers. We're going to watch out because Zarnecki can throw the ball too. Oh, and they nearly block it, but a good punt. Kaiser will call off. Fair catch. That was a very high kick.
30-yard punt for Zarnecki. I don't know how it got through the hands of those guys. There's 3 guys back there.
Good job by the punter just to stay calm and
get it off.
So Pioneer will take over after that 4th down and the punt, 33-yard line. Kaiser will set under center with Gregorich in the backfield. Llewellyn and Llewellyn. Motion by Ezra. Kaiser rolling out. He'll find Ezra. He'll slip a tackle, and that'll be a 1st down. Nice job by Kaiser connecting with Llewellyn on that play.
Catch is good for a Pioneer.
You got to be awful quick to do the fake handoff and then also be the receiver on that and pick up 14 yards.
Kaiser does a great job of throwing on the run.
Yeah, he looked pretty comfortable on that. It's obvious that he's worked on rolling out to the right and throwing across his body, which is not easy.
This time it's motion to Di Llewellyn, and not a whole lot there. He just falls forward on that little sweep play.
Riley Wagner in on the stop.
Blocking kind of broke down on the play.
Big gain of 2 yards on the play.
He did pick up 2 as he fell forward. So it'll be 2nd and 8.
Lancers Riley Wagner was able to hang on to him. He is wiry, to say the least.
Von Tobel back on that wing back spot, along with Llewellyn. Gregorich in the backfield at fullback. Kaiser looking like he might be audibling. Time he hands off to Gregorich and he hammers it forward. Gets to the 45-yard line into Laville territory.
Tell you what, he just takes 1-2 steps and he's pushing as hard as he can. I mean, he got hit when he had the ball about 2 yards in, and he still went another 3 yards.
5-yard gain, 3 yards to go for the Panthers. If I was a betting man, I'd say Kaiser's going to run the power play.
They're all over there to the right.
I should play the lottery because there he goes. Jack Kaiser racing away. Number 4,
catch.
The caboose. Touchdown, Jack Kaiser.
45 yards.
45 yards. Jack Kaiser on 3rd and 3. Made it. Well, he didn't make it look easy, but I'll tell you what, he weaved and bobbed and ran over people. He does everything he does.
Those lead blockers push guys to the outside, and all of a sudden he did that one cutback, had the guy run into their own back there, and man, he's just so fast, so quick.
Well,
but those guys up front did those initial blocks to push those guys out of the way, and yet, like you said, it was all those guys coming to the right side.
I'm telling you what, man, Coach Will Hoskrauser has to have nightmares of this number 4. For 4 years, he's been there. Kaiser will roll. He still breaks loose, and then he throws it deep. There's the touch, or the 2-point conversion to Cal Kinley. He just shed the block. Shed the block and just calmly fired it in the back of the end zone for that 2-point conversion.
Now, Kinley did a good job, Nerlin, when his route was up. He had to cut back because Kaiser was held up there in the backfield and came back across it, and Kaiser was able to see him, hands right on it.
So Pioneer's starting to push this lead 30-13 with 6 minutes to go here in the second half. How many touchdowns does the man have?
3.
3 touchdowns.
And 1 called back.
1 called back. The Panthers have started to push the envelope now. 22 unanswered right now. So good job by Pioneer not dropping their heads, which they're not going to.
Yeah,
they're gonna work harder and play smarter than when you're down.
There's a few other schools. If the other team scores that fast in a game, it does make it difficult sometimes. But obviously, I think the crowd knew, the fans knew, the coaches knew, and the players knew that this game was nowhere.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you sit here and you watch Pioneer. You take for granted, hey, it's going to be a 50-60 game, whatever. You almost look for something like that to give, say, hey, here's a little competition. Let's see what we do. Let's see what we do. So Llewellyn set to kick. It's a better kick, but it's still going to bounce out. Dave Gregor's throwing his hands up in disgust. So Laville will be starting. I'm sure they will
35.
take it. That looks like they will.
Take the ball and start their drive from their own 35-yard line.
Okay, there he went back. They reminded me.
So 30-13 with 6 minutes on the clock here at the pit. Panthers have reeled off 22 straight points on the Lancers, and the defense is really starting to lock it in for Pioneer. Doyle sets behind center. Motion by Watts. There's a little counter play. Boy, a nice job by 68 to drop Smith, but a good job by
Beckley.
Pioneer. They did a great job of getting to the ball. Pick up only one. It looked like it was going to be bigger yards than that.
Andrew Dill. That boy's pretty quick.
Yes, he is.
I heard he has 2 receptions tonight for 75 and 64 yards.
The 2nd and 9 for the Lancers. Doyle back with Pope. They're going to pass. They chuck it up there, and a good catch by number 21. That was a great grab by Colby Watts to stay in bounds even.
As they go down the field.
Catch is good for Laville, first down.
They're starting to get pressure, but they need to get a little bit more pressure on Doyle to get some of those passes to go awry.
Doyle put that right on the mark for that sideline route for him. Once again, they had somebody cut in. He came in, came out to the sideline.
Good play calling by the Lancers.
Good play calling, but it's also good execution by the receivers on that.
Watts will go in motion. They fake the throw. And, boy, I tell you what, Brenton Mersch.
Beckley and
but
Walker.
It was Beckley chasing him all over.
Yeah. I think Doyle recognized the fact that if he went ahead and did that little side pass, it wasn't going anywhere, so he tried.
It looked like it might get something, but I'll tell you what, Pioneer pursues so well into that backfield. So we'll be at 2nd and 14 on the 44.
15 minutes, mini shooting. Nothing extended.
Doyle will take the snap, and oh my goodness, almost didn't get that handoff. Kinley will stay right with it, and a good job by Cal Kinley. Picked up some good yardage, but I'll tell you what, Cal Kinley was working his butt off out there to stay with that play.
Yep. Playing assignment football there. Dill only got 6 yards out of it.
And Mason Schnurple did a great job of getting through that defensive line on that play and almost blowing it up in the backfield. So now 3rd and 9 for the Lancers. Sitting on the 39-yard line. Doyle will be in that shotgun formation. Pope set behind him. And looks like we have a timeout for Laville. I'll tell you what, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back on RTC TV4. Pioneer up 30-13, 3:31 to go.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Back here, 3:31 left here in the first half. Pioneer up 30-13 on the Laville Lancers. In no way has it been easy so far. But we're at a 3rd and 9 situation for Laville. 4 wide out there. Doyle in that shotgun formation. He puts Watts in motion. Look for that screen pass. It's a good pass. And it's not going to be enough for a first down, but a good job by Pioneer to get over there. And it looks like Kaiser was over there to make the stop.
Sparks, too.
Sparks.
Kaiser with the tackle for Pioneer.
So that'll bring up 4th down, and I'm sure Laville will be going for it deep in this territory. About 4th and
Yards on that
3.
pass play. Bring up 4th down, Laville.
That was a nice catch by Dill. It was down by his ankles, and then still able to pick up 6 yards on that.
Good hands over there by.
Oh, that was Kobe Watts.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And we got another timeout
Laville.
for Laville.
They were running low on the time play clock.
So that'll be the last timeout for Laville before halftime. Again, let's talk about some other games that are going on tonight. On RTC TV4, you've got Culver at Knox, 0-2 Culver at 1-1 Knox. Knox, a Hoosier North Athletic Conference team, as well as Culver. RTC TV4 covering that tonight. We've got Caston at home against Triton. Triton 1-1, Caston 0-2. And you've got Peru at Rochester. Peru 0-2, Rochester 2-0 on RTC TV4. Some of the other games not being broadcast on our station tonight. Delphi at Judson, North White at Winnemac. And you've got Manchester at Wabash, at TRC game. Northfield at Southwood. Whitco at McConaughey. Logansport is at Harrison tonight. 2-0 Logansport, 0-2 Harrison.
Harrison 31.
This was a game that Logansport was looking at, saying this would be their first test. So back here, 2:45 left before halftime. 30-13 Pioneer. A big 4th down for the Laville Lancers.
Surely not going to run, right?
Doyle drop back, and it's picked off by Adai Llewellyn. And he could be gone. He cuts back across the field.
Oh, wow.
Finally brought down inside the 15. But I'll tell you what, Pioneer does a great job of just waiting for the right time to pick a pass. And that was a huge play on a hard 4th down, close down deep in their Pioneer territory. And a great job by Adai Llewellyn to just read the play, jump the route, take it.
And Miles Van Tobel and Danny Gregorich both had blocks that put guys on the ground.
You gotta love that, man. You gotta love that. I mean, not giving up on a play and helping that teammate out, going out headhunting almost, and that's what you're going to get that from Gregorich and Von Tobel.
45 yards on his return, it looked like.
So Pioneer knocking on the door. Kaiser in that shotgun. Motion by Ezra Llewellyn. Kaiser will keep it. And he was grabbed in the backfield, but he still was able to pull forward and probably picked up 2.
Tyler Student on the tackle. Got his big arms around Kaiser and pulled him all the way down. But, man, that was fun to watch there. Gregorich and Miles both turned and looked to find somebody to knock. And not only knock them, they put both of them on the ground.
That's one of those film room congratulatory things on Monday when they're watching film. Some oohing and awing going on. Kaiser roll to his left, looks left, fires to Kinley, and he'll get drug out of bounds. Well, he's going to stay in bounds. Clock's still running.
Tackle made by Nichols Peterson.
Nice grab, nice route by Cal Kinley.
8 yards on the play.
So 8-yard gain.
In 3rd down.
So third and a long one for the Panthers.
Very long one. Thanks, John.
So Kaiser up under center. Motion by Llewellyn. Kaiser's just going to keep it and pound it forward. And that'll be enough for that 1st down easily. So that'll stop the clock momentarily. with 57 seconds left here before halftime. Panthers knocking on the door again. Kaiser up under center, not taking any time. Barks out the signals, go to his left, pounds it forward, touchdown, number 4 for Jack Burley Kaiser. Well, if he was kind of a sleeper in the first couple games of not scoring touchdowns, he's making up for it big time tonight, already in the first half, 4 touchdowns on the ground. Nearly 5 on the interception that got called back.
Yeah.
Kaiser will be under center, getting things ready for the 2-point conversion. Little movement on the Laville side of the defensive line getting set. Von Tobel in motion. Kaiser will hand off to Gregorich, and it's not going to be in there, and they make a nice stop. Number 68, Jacob Hominick, on that stop.
2-point conversion is no good.
So 51.7 left here in the first half. Pioneers push the lead 36-13. They haven't looked back since they started putting some points on the board, and the defense has started playing a lot better from the first 6-7 minutes of the game.
Definitely, those holes that were out there on the sides for their passing, it looks like they've made a couple adjustments already, even before they've gone into the locker room.
Another game going on tonight. Lewis Cass is at Benton Central. Cass is 1-1 after they beat Mechanic-Wall 22-20 last week. An exciting game. They're at Benton Central, who's 0-2. Some of the games around the area that could be of interest to people watching and listening. Again, we thank you for watching RTC TV 4 tonight. Online, streaming. Also, if you want to hear our call or watch the game again, tune in after we're off the air. You can watch it on demand. Watch it at
On demand.
Watch it at 3 a.m. like me. That's how I do it. Go home, get something to eat, let the wife sleep, and watch myself blab.
Yeah, fortunately, they're just listening to us, not looking at us.
Well, thank goodness. Huh? Got a face for web
Radio.
streaming. So Kaiser kicking off, and he'll check that down there.
Oh,
And a good job of covering it up is number 4, Leighton Zarnecki.
Mersch wanted that, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Pretty much when Kaiser's up there to kick, he's going to give the little pooch kick or the onside, attempt the onside. That took a second off? Did it even take a second off?
Nah,
running
it
it.
was down as he
Okay.
caught it, so no time goes.
So 50.7 left here in the first half. Pioneer up 36-13.
With that little amount of time, I'm guessing they're probably going to throw.
I would guess so. So Doyle sets under center. He's got Pope and Watts in the backfield. Oh, that's not what you want. There you go.
Mersch.
Britton Mersch, right place, right time, and some miscommunication in the backfield by Laville, and they're shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, they started this game out, honestly on fire. I mean, they looked really good on the first play, moved the ball well, and boy, since Pioneers ratcheted up that defense, they haven't been able to sniff much.
Yeah, that time, once that happens when you start to get, you're hot, you're tired,
Yeah.
your timing gets off, you get a little sluggish, and sometimes they were just a half a yard off on that and ran into each other and threw the ball out, and Mersch was right there.
Kaiser's got 4 wide himself. He's going to drop back looking, going deep.
Ezra.
He's got Llewellyn. Touchdown, Ezra Llewellyn. Oh, I like watching number 4 do a little 3 or 5 step drop. You don't see it too often.
No, you don't.
But I'll tell you what, he can pinpoint the ball, and he's got some amazing receivers with Llewellyn's out there. And Cal Kinley, Miles Von Tobel, you name it. I'll tell you what, that was a beautiful looking pass.
34 yards.
So Jack's going to make the highlight film for sure tonight. 42-13. We still got 40 seconds to play. Who knows what could happen in 40 seconds tonight. So Pioneer will go for the 2-point conversion. Kaiser in the shotgun formation. Puts Llewellyn in motion. Kaiser thought he had it, but Gregorich just tiptoes his way inside. The end zone, 2-point conversion, number 24, Dan Gregorich. Kaiser does such a great job of running that fake. That was a nice job. So Pioneer has pushed the lead 44-13, 40 seconds to go here before halftime.
A whole 10 seconds between those touchdowns.
Laville didn't do them itself any favors by fumbling that ball where they did. So looks like a die will be punting or kicking off. See if he can redeem himself and get something deep and in bounds, actually. He's had some trouble tonight keeping it in bounds.
Watson Dill back deep for the Lancers. Pioneer spreads out to take.
Kaiser's going to kick off, it looks like.
Watson Dill deep to receive.
Oh, he touched it too soon.
Nope, didn't go
Illegal
to 10
touch.
yards.
Wireman wanted it. He just couldn't wait.
Couldn't wait another 2 yards or so.
I don't think patience has been one of Wireman's stronger suits in about anything he does.
Oh, you see him every day at school.
He's an excited young fellow. He's fun to be around. He'll learn from that.
Intentions were good on that. Just a little too quick. So Laville will have it on the 49 in Pioneer territory, just in Pioneer territory. Doyle up under center. He'll take the snap, handoff. A good hard run and got some big yardage on that play, down to almost a 40 before he stopped by Kaiser.
Tackle made by Kaiser.
Pick up a 9 for Robbie Pope.
Nice run by Robbie Pope.
8 yards on the play makes it second down.
So we'll see if they get a play off. They don't have to, but they're getting to the line pretty quick here. 10 seconds left. A nice run here. You better make a tackle, and they do. So Watts on the carry, he picks up the first down, but it's for nothing on that other than stats. So at halftime, Pioneer up 44-13. We'll take a break. You're watching RTC TV 4. We'll be back at halftime, get you caught up with some stats, talk a little bit about this Pioneer team and some stuff going on. Thanks for watching.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back here at halftime at the pit in Royal Center, Indiana, where Pioneer is up 44-13 on the Laville Lancers. Out there you've got the Pioneer mini cheerleaders, mini Panthers, I guess. And they had over 90 girls in their camp. So they're out there doing their cheer. Doug, you got some stats for us, bud?
I think so. For Laville, they're being led by their quarterback, Aiden Doyle. He's got 173 yards passing on 5 out of 8, but he does have 2 interceptions. Kobe Watts on the ground has 4 carries for 8 yards. Robbie Pope has 4 carries for 19 yards. Andrew Dill has 4 carries for 10 yards. And Aiden Doyle himself as a rusher has 5 carries for -2 yards. Receiving, Jimmy Fisher has 1 reception for 5 yards. Kobe Watts, 30 yards with 2 receptions, and Andrew Dill on the 2 big receptions for 139 yards. For the Panthers, Kaiser on the passing has 5 for 7 with 65 yards. Danny Gregorich has 71 yards with a touchdown. Ezra Llewellyn has a carry for 8 yards. Adai Llewellyn has 2 carries actually for -3, but being led on the ground as well is Kaiser. He has 11 carries for 157 yards and 4 touchdowns. Callahan Kinley with 3 receptions for 17 yards. Adai Llewellyn does have an interception and ran it back 45 yards. Ezra Llewellyn has 2 catches for 48 yards, and I do believe that's it on the individual stats. But it did start off with Laville with less than, 3 minutes of the game, making that 75-yard touchdown to Dill from Doyle. But with about 7 minutes and 52 seconds left in the first quarter, Kaiser finally found some opening there and scored a 19-yard run. But Laville came back again with 2 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the first. They pass again to Jeremy Fisher from Doyle for 5 yards out. But then 2 quick scores from Pioneer. 54 seconds there at the end by Gregorich on a 10-yard run. Then in the second quarter, Kaiser stepped it up, had 3 carries for touchdowns, and a pass also for a touchdown to Ezra Llewellyn, and Adai Llewellyn also had an interception during then. Kaiser also had an interception too, ran it back 65, but didn't count. A little holding brought him back.
So there you have it, some of the stats of the Panthers and Laville Lancers tonight. Again, Pioneer up 44-13 here at the pit. Right now you've got your Junior Panther cheerleaders out there doing their thing. Oh, there it is. Hey, let's get some scores here while we're at halftime. Triton right now is up 45-6 over Caston. And that is the start of the fourth quarter. Rochester up 34-7 over Peru, the start of the fourth. And I do know that Hayden Prater for the Rochester Zebras is putting on a show up there. He's got 3 touchdowns on the night. Got Knox over Culver right now with 5 minutes left in the third. They're up 15-0. Doug's going to slip through here and try to find some more scores for us, I believe.
I'm looking. I need to get on a Twitter feed
There
or
you
something, but I'm not in with all those athletic directors that share it all night. That might be blowing up every Friday night.
Yeah.
Trying to find a few things on Max Preps here, see if
But again, we thank you for tuning in tonight here at the pit. All season long, Pioneer Football, Pioneer Athletics on RTC TV4. Appreciate everybody that hits me up, sends me a message, tells me, hey, this is what's going on. We really do appreciate that. It gives us a lot of feedback. Thank you again. From all over the world as well. I mean, we've got people tuning in, Mexico, Japan, you've got all over, Germany, I know. So thank you again for watching and tuning in and supporting your Pioneer Panther as alumni, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whatever. We appreciate it immensely, RTC TV4 and us as well, myself and Doug Hess. Nick Sickler out there. Hey, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Matt Hayden and family. They moved to Florida. Mason was a big part of the Panther program last couple years as a backup quarterback to Jack Kaiser, and he's down there with a school of 2,500 compared to about 280 here. So that's going to be a eye-opening experience. I couldn't imagine that. But glad you guys are watching down there. Appreciate it.
Logansport 21, Harrison High School 31. Looks like it's in the third quarter or close to the end of the third quarter there.
I think Logan last year started 2-0 as well, putting it on Peru, then taking care of Frankfurt, and then Harrison got him pretty good last year. Hopefully they can make a little comeback in the fourth and get things going. Hey, we'll take another break and we'll be back. You're watching RTC TV4. Thanks for watching. It's Pioneer up 44-13 over the Laville Lancers. We'll be back after this message.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
back here at the pit. So you see the beautiful football field called the pit here at Pioneer, Royal Center, Indiana, where Pioneer is up 44-13 here at half. Again, Laville started off with a touchdown pass. Pioneer came back, got ahead 8-6, and then it was kind of back and forth for a little bit. And then Pioneer took control with the defense, made some nice plays, picked off a couple passes, and they're starting to really put it on Laville tonight. So now we've got Knox up 15-6 over Culver with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Trying to get some more scores here for you. See what's going on in the world of sports around here at Pioneer this week. So September 1st, you got the Caston Invitational for the co-ed varsity cross country, as well as junior high, the Caston Invitational. And again, that is at Caston High School. JV football tomorrow will be against Laville, up at Laville, as well as junior high. 10 a.m. start for the JV Panthers. Having a good season so far. I believe they've won both of their games so far. Let's see where volleyball is at this week. Girls varsity volleyball. Again, that's Laville here tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then after that, let's not forget the volleyball alumni game. A lot of former Pioneer greats on the volleyball court will strut their stuff, see how well they do. That'll be a lot of fun after the Laville game. Again, that's a conference matchup between these Lancers that are here tonight. So they'll be playing against Pioneer tomorrow at 10 a.m. So we've got a score here. Delphi and Judson tied up right now. Looks like the end of the third quarter, 14-14. We knew that was going to be a good game. Judson's 2-0. Delphi came into that game looking at 2-0. So 2-0 teams. A lot of people say Judson teams they played Culver. They played, trying to think of who else they played. I can't think of it. But teams that weren't really, Caston. They took care of Caston last week. But, you don't get a really good read on that. But Judson comes back. They had a lot of guys returning. They've got a nice nucleus. And Delphi, kind of the same thing. Coach Strasser over there with his program doing some good things. So got to hear a little bit of the band here at Pioneer playing here at halftime.
You get a little bit of everything out here at the pit. They had the grill going earlier. It smelled good on my way up. So you got some entertainment with the pep band. You have a great pep group this year. Their little pep squad this year has kind of stepped up. They have over 50 kids part of that this year. That's pretty impressive there.
It's always nice to come out here and see a crowd like this. There's a lot of people here tonight on this Pioneer side.
It's great to see a lot of the grandparents stick around.
I've seen a few people that I went to school with that live pretty far away. One in Chicago back here. A couple others that have made the trip. So thanks for coming out, supporting your Pioneer Panthers.
Something about your hometown team, isn't it?
Oh, I tell you what, nothing better than what you say at high school football. Oh, my goodness.
My old alma mater is actually Eastbrook. They're ranked number 2 in the state, and they whooped up on Madison Grant tonight, 61-0.
They've got the sharpest helmets. I'll tell you what,
I do
those
like
are awesome.
That was just a family event for us on Friday nights, even when I was done with school and I was working at a different school over there in Grant County, and it was just, I didn't see my family all week, but we all showed up just to watch Eastbrook. We didn't even have any relatives or anything playing. Dad is out there. Mom would show up if the weather was nice, and sisters, nephews. It's just fun time. It's a cheap entertainment for 3-4 hours on a Friday night, in all honesty.
Definitely is. You know, the things you can learn from high school athletics is, you know, just life learning lessons. People, you know, a lot of people might say that sports, you know, whatever, but I'll tell you what, you get leaders, you get, you know, people can follow directions, all kinds of stuff. I mean,
I'd actually like to see that battle of the Panthers right there, Eastbrook and Pioneer there, 1A and 2A. That'd be fun to watch.
That'd be a good one.
I've been fortunate enough to be a part of this over here. I've only been here a couple years over here, Royal Center, Logansport area, and part of the Pioneer Panthers. I grew up as a Panther, but it was at Eastbrook, and so I feel like I'm still a Panther. This is great.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Eastbrook has always had a good tradition over there, too. Best part of Eastbrook is eating at
Ivanhoe's.
Ivanhoe's, definitely.
I lived within walking distance of Ivanhoe's. That's probably why I look the way I am. 100 shakes, 100 different shakes, 100 different Sundays there.
Oh man, I tell you, my wife worked down there at a company right off of 69, and I'd go down and we'd go over there to eat, and whew. They had a great chicken salad with fruit. Oh man. Hey, with us talking about Ivanhoe's, we're getting hungry, but we're getting ready to
end up at the Bob.
I think they're closed. But some of you guys are hungry for some Pioneer Panther football, and we're getting ready to get it going here in this third quarter. Di Llewellyn will get things started, kicking it off. Puts a boot to it, and that's a good kick. Line drive. Started at the 11, and a good job by Gregorich holding on and bringing the running back down.
Andrew Dill.
Said his name a lot tonight. Started off at the 30 for Laville tonight. Here in the second half. Again, Pioneer up 44-13.
After that return, Laville starts this drive, 1st and 10.
Yeah, we'll see if they've changed a little bit of strategy from what they did the first half, and I'm guaranteeing Pioneer changed some of their strategy.
That's the whole key going into that halftime, making those adjustments both ways. So Doyle will be under center. Pope will set behind him. This motion, the ball is fumbled, and it looks like, is that Connor
Buddha?
Walker? No, that's Beckley. Buddha Beckley recovering. So Pioneer will get started here with a short field again.
Pioneer takes over, 1st and 10 from the Laville 26-yard line.
So we'll see what Coach Adam Berry of the Panthers has up his sleeve. Starting it on the 26-yard line. 1st and 10. Kaiser in that shotgun with Gregorich, and then he's got other guys spread out. Kaiser will drop back. He'll just throw a short pass to Kinley, and he's met. And he gets popped really good, and that looks like it's
Jimmy Fisher.
Jimmy Fisher. So good coverage. Kaiser just dropped back about 3 steps and fires at the sideline. That's a long pass. I mean, really, that's a long pass for a high school quarterback. Now set up under center with Gregorich and Llewellyn. Ezra Llewellyn in motion. Kaiser will roll. He'll throw to Ezra Llewellyn, and he's got some room. And he can't quite get in the end zone, but he's down to about the 3-yard line. A nice little route by Ezra Llewellyn as he goes in motion in that jet motion. Gets the pass on the left side. Comes up a little limp, though.
Nichols Peterson in on the stop.
Hopefully he gets stretched out and he's ready to go back in, or not. I mean, you might just hold him out the rest of the game. And so 1st and goal for the Panthers. 10:50 left here in the third quarter. Pioneer knocking on the door. Kaiser hands off to Di Llewellyn, and he'll squeak right in there for the touchdown.
Number 15.
Everybody was leading for him, and they pushed him out. I mean, nobody even touched him on the way in, 3 yards.
He ducked a little arm tackle that was not much of anything and walked right in. 50-13 Panthers. It's not taking him long to put points on the board his last quarter,
Fumble recovery
quarter and a half.
Put you within 30 yards.
Yeah. Kaiser in that shotgun formation with Gregorich at fullback, and he'll fire a quick pass to Kinley. I like that play. Just a quick slant pattern. Throws it right where nobody's going to be. And a good job. So Pioneer pushes that score 52-13 quickly with 10:40 left in the third quarter.
It's hard to keep up with all those stats that quick. Beckley on the recovery starting it off, and then Llewellyn on the outside, and then Llewellyn on the inside, and then Kaiser on the pass to Callahan to top it off for the PAT.
So a good start of this third quarter for Pioneer. Doing what they do best, putting points on quickly and often.
I wonder if Adai feels that's a letdown after his 4 touchdowns last week. He's only got 1 tonight so far.
I think he'll be all right.
I think so. It's great to spread out, get everybody part of that team.
Llewellyn set to kick for Pioneer. Colby Watts and Andrew Dill are deep to receive for Laville.
Watts and Dill will be back for Laville. And Adai Llewellyn set to kick off. His last one was just a line shot to about the 10. And it's a short kick. It's going to check up on the 25. And wow.
Dill with the return.
Dill got the return. He got upended by Jack Kaiser. Just took his feet out from under him. Textbook tackling. So Laville had a short series after that fumble. Maybe they'll get something going here, moving the ball a little bit. Pioneer will pin their ears back, looking to wreak havoc on the offense. It's an inside handoff, but I tell you what, Pioneer was ready for that. Good job stopping Robbie Pope.
There's Dustin Sparks down there at the bottom of that pile.
Big number 80.
Dustin Sparks hit on the stop for Pioneer. Loss of 1 yard.
He's probably hoping somebody throws one back his way again. He had a lot of fun last weekend picking that touchdown that bounced off of the Winnemac receiver and taking it to the house. Doyle sets under center. He'll take the snap, hand off, and almost looked like it might have been a fumble, but I'll tell you what, Pioneer just pursued so well to the ball. You had everyone from the defensive side, right?
Sparks
within
and Kaiser and
5 yards.
That was McCaig in there too.
Zach Taylor and Brenton Mersch go into the lineup for Smith, Brady Smith and Daniel McCaig. About 3rd and 9 for the Lancers.
McCaig in on the stop for Pioneer.
There's another pass. And I don't think that'll be a first down, but a nice grab by number 23, Dill.
Kinley with the tackle.
Looks like he picks up about 8 before Kinley brought him down.
Gain of 8 yards on the play.
It's going to be 4th down.
Make it 4th down, Laville.
So about 4th and 1 for Laville. 52-13, Pioneer up 8 with 8:50 on the clock. They're going to have to hustle, get this play in. How fast can you talk in that huddle? 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They get the snap off, and he's just going to throw it up. And what a grab. What a grab by Fisher. Laid out and made a great catch.
23 yards.
And it wasn't without Adai Llewellyn right on him.
No.
I mean, he did a good job defensively.
He had that little bit of contact there, but he found a way to get a step to the inside and get his hands out there, and that was a nice catch. I'll tell you what, that offensive line gave Doyle some time to pass that.
You don't see that very often.
So Laville moved the ball up. First down on the 33-yard line. In motion by Watts. Oh, that should be picked off, and it is. Kobe James. Nice job by Kobe James, but it wasn't all him. It was the pressure by the Panthers getting in Doyle's face. Kind of threw a lame duck up there and just wobbled around, but James is right there.
Happy to see he turned around.
Yeah.
He wasn't just watching the receiver. He turned his eyes towards the quarterback, which obviously he saw was in the other guy's eyes. 3
interceptions tonight for the Panthers. So Pioneer will get things started here on the 38-yard line. See how quick it takes them to put it in the end zone now. Kaiser will be up under center with Gregorich to the left. They go motion to Von Tobel, and he cuts it up forward. And he keeps running hard, and he fights off a couple tackles. Nice job by Miles Von Tobel. He'll pick up about 5. Good hard run by Miles Von Tobel.
Keeps those legs pumping even though after contact.
Gain of 6 yards on the play.
Nice hard carry.
I think it's second down for Pioneer.
That was his first carry of the night.
I've noticed that he hasn't had a whole lot of carries this year, but when he does, he makes them count.
Yep. But he's been all over the field on defense.
Yes, he has. And Kaiser will be under center with Gregorich in the backfield. Llewellyn back there as well. It's a handoff to Adai Llewellyn.
Matthew Brown right there at the line.
Might have picked up 2 on the play.
Matthew Brown in on the stop.
Good job by Brown to tie him up and push him back.
Gain of 2 yards on the play makes it third down.
Be third down and 2 for the Panthers. So in there on that line is Tyler Gomer for the Panthers, sophomore, along with Schnurple. Kaiser takes a snap, he'll keep it, and he'll get the first down, it looks like, or very close to it. And they'll motion for a first down.
In on the stop. Carry's good for a Pioneer.
Well, once Kaiser sees a little opening, he makes the most of it every time. His burst forward into that line of scrimmage is just so quick.
There's a lot of guys that have speed, but that first step quickness is tough. It's a natural skill for some people, and obviously he has it.
Gregorich has a handoff, and he's running forward.
He ran at the guy.
He's still dragging people, and he's past the 30. Gets dropped about the 29-yard line. Danny Gregorich just blowing holes through that defensive line of the Lancers.
Yeah. He looked like he was going to go to the right, and then he saw somebody, and he turned and went at him. Pick up the 24 yards.
He runs so hard, and 5:27, 52-13 here in the third quarter. Got Sparks spread out here wide. Motion by Adai Llewellyn. The handoff to Gregorich this time, and he gets popped. It's by number 12, Riley Wagner. That's where you got to hit him. If you're going to hit him, you got to hit him low, and sometimes that doesn't work. But, man, it did that time.
Yeah, you got a shoulder in there well.
Gaining 2 yards on that play. Make it second down for Pioneer.
2nd and 8 for the Panthers. Clock moving right along here in this third quarter. Kaiser in that shotgun formation. He puts Llewellyn in motion. A handoff to that's to Gregorich, and he's able to find a wide open run. Touchdown number 24, Danny Gregorich.
Number 24, Danny Gregorich.
27 yards, and that puts him over 100 for the night.
Good job by Danny Gregorich. It's nice to see him get that 100-yard mark. He's a workhorse, and tell you what, he'll take 3.5 every carry if he can hit somebody. But that was a nice job of kind of moving away from a few people, finding the opening, and just keep moving. I love watching him on the sideline. I know the camera's not on him, but holy cow, he's riled up down there.
Excitable young gentleman.
It's a handoff to Wireman, and he pounds forward to get that 2-point conversion. So with 4:26 left here in the third quarter, we've got Pioneer up 60-13. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back after these messages on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Back here at Pioneer, RTC TV4, bringing you all the action tonight. 4:26 left in the third quarter, 60-13. Pioneer is starting to put it on the Laville Lancers.
Watson Dill deep to receive.
Llewellyn sets up to kick. And this one's a line drive, and that's going to go into the end zone. Touchback, Adai Llewellyn. There it is.
He's been looking for that.
There it is.
Look at that. The tee's still in the same spot. That's what you got to do.
That always makes a difference when you're kicking the ball further than the tee.
Yeah, when that tee's going about 7 yards on your kick, you might be a little low.
A nice touchback. That's his 4th of the season. I was talking to his dad earlier. He might have a record here. For sure in a game, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember in my
3 in a game.
history of, you're lucky to get it to the 30. We've had some kickers, all foreign exchange students mostly. Although Nussbaum wasn't bad last year. Fernandez. So Laville will get things started on the 20. Doyle's under that center again. Quick handoff and a good job. Who got him there? Looks like Mason Schnurple with that tackle.
Riley Wagner, the ball carrier.
Nice job by Mason Schnurple. Goes.
Mason Schnurple in on the stop for Pioneer. Gain of 2 yards on the play. Make it second down.
So we're at 4 minutes here till we start the fourth quarter. Pioneer up 60-13. 2-yard gain on that run for Laville. It's 2nd and 8.
That number 12 hasn't carried the ball yet. That's first time.
Doyle will hand it off. But Pioneer does a good job of bottling that up.
Wagner, the ball carrier.
Looks like Beckley on the bottom of the pile making the tackle.
Beckley and Llewellyn in the stop.
Looks like they're bringing in some fresh legs with Riley Wagner.
Gain of 3 yards on the play, makes it 3rd down and 5.
Well, maybe not. He just ran out.
Just kidding. So Laville hasn't been spread out in quite some time. They've been up under center for the most part this second half. And he's running for his life. Good job of breaking loose, but
Gregory on the chase, Walker on the chase. Looks like Sparks and James finally knocked him down.
Doyle with the carries.
so Doyle able to
Forced out of bounds by Dustin Sparks.
move it up a little bit, and actually he lost a yard.
Will also be yard on the play.
So it'll be 4th.
Make it 4th down, Laville.
4th and 6. Jack Kaiser will be back. I'm guessing the
Zarnecki
gold and black will be coming hard at this punter.
deep to receive for Pioneer.
Good snap, and Llewellyn got the ball, so that's okay. Good job by Ezra Llewellyn to put a lot of pressure on that kicker Zarnecki. And the ref quickly called that. He said it was touched, so the contact didn't matter.
From the Laville.
So Pioneer, Doug, another short field.
Special teams can make a world of difference.
Doing a great job tonight.
Who was the special teams coach for the Panthers?
It might be. Is it Bianco? I'm not sure.
We're going to have to find that out for sure and give them some props because those guys have.
Give him a raise.
Yeah, because he's created a lot of short fields for him. I mean, just because you have talent doesn't mean your special teams are going to execute.
Yeah. Oh, there's a quick pitch. That's a pass. That's a pass to Llewellyn, and he cuts forward and looks like they're going to spot him just shy of that first down. A little shovel pass to Llewellyn to add to Jack Kaiser's passing stats. It's an easy way to do it.
Not sure if it was an intentional on that because I think the snap just came back a little far for him. If that is the case, that gives Kaiser about 100 yards for passing tonight.
So we're under a minute 30 here in the third quarter. Kaiser will be under center. Gregorich in the backfield. Or excuse me, that's Wireman back there now. It's a handoff to Llewellyn, and he gets chopped down just past the line of scrimmage.
Riley Wagner.
I think he's got the first down, and he does.
Carries good for a Pioneer.
Von Tobel coming in, bringing the play to Jack Burley. Kaiser, the quarterback, who's had himself a game tonight already. We're not even to the fourth. Kaiser up under center. He'll take the snap, hand off to Von Tobel. He cuts forward, pulls a couple Laville Lancer tackles forward.
Robbie Pope in on the tackle for the Lancers.
Not before he picked up about 4 on the play. I'm sure that'll be the end of the quarter here.
3 yards on the play makes it 2nd down for Pioneer.
Yeah. Adam Berry calling his troops to the sideline. So at the end of 3, Pioneer is up 60-13 here at the pit. You're watching RTC TV4. We'll be back after these quick messages.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com.
Starting off the fourth quarter back here at the pit in Royal Center. It is still a warm, muggy one. I'm sure these guys are feeling a little bit. I'm hoping the cramps and things don't show up for the players, but it is 60 for Pioneer Panthers, 13 for the Laville Lancers. Stepping up to the 22-yard line, Kaiser's under center. Hands off to number 15, Adai Llewellyn. He makes his way up for about a 5 or 6 yard gain. Bring up 3rd down and 1.
Adai Llewellyn, the ball carrier. Adai Llewellyn, the ball carrier.
Kaiser slowly goes to the sideline, getting the play from Barry. They're going to start taking their time on the clock, I'm sure. A little bit of a mercy at this point in time. Going to start getting some guys in, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll see here about 4 minutes to go or so. They start bringing in some reserves. 16-yard line, Kaiser under center. Take the snap, hand off to Llewellyn again, and he gets wrapped up. That's by number
52, Seth Snyder.
Good tackle by Snyder. So it'll be 3rd and short.
No gain on that play makes it 4th down, Pioneer.
It's 4th down. So 4th down for the Panthers, sitting on the 16-yard line with 1 yard to go. Looks like you're going to call a timeout.
They were missing a player on that one.
Pretty sure Barry wasn't too happy with that. So we'll stay here for this timeout. Pioneer up 60-13, 10:26 left here in the game.
Just looking across, I took a look at the polls for this past week. And Class 6A, you got Warren Central. They are pretty much Warren Central and Avon and Carmel in the top 3. Up there, Penn, though, is in number 4. Class 5A, New Palestine and Decatur Central is in 2nd, or ranked number 2. And then the coaches poll have Indianapolis Cathedral in 3rd. The AP Media, though, has Whiteland at 3rd. Class 3A, Evansville Memorial, West Lafayette in 2, Indianapolis Chittard at 3. Class 2A, Indianapolis Encino, and number 2, Eastbrook Panthers, and ranked 3rd is Western Boone. And then, of course, in Class 1A, we have Pioneer, and 2nd is, in the coaches poll, Adams Central, and 3rd, North Central. So those are some names you might want to be watching for, looking at scores for future on down the season.
Kaiser in this 4th down. He'll drop back, hands off to Llewellyn, and he breaks a tackle. He got the 1st down, and he might.
Oh, man.
Oh, I tell you what, he made a good turn out there. He was dead to rights in the backfield.
And somehow pulled off 12 yards.
Nichols Peterson. Llewellyn, the ball carrier. Nichols Peterson in on the stop.
It's a great job of Ezra Llewellyn not quitting on that play and just keep churning the legs and picking up the extra
Especially when it
2-3
looked
yards.
like it was going to be a broken play, and somehow he found a way to get around that end and just, boom, cut straight up the field.
Well, looks like Derek Wireman's in that backfield now. 4 seconds to go on the time clock. It's a handoff to Wireman, and man, he ran into a few people, but he kept going. Just shy of the goal line. Tell you what, Derek Wireman gets the ball, and he's gone.
He wants to run hard.
It's a good change of pace. I mean, really, you've got three guys. They've used a fullback tonight between Gregorich, Adai Llewellyn, and now Derek Wireman. Last week, Derek Wireman had a huge game, almost 100 yards on the ground.
And it was only in one quarter,
Yeah.
so because of that, he got to play in the JV game and did pretty well there, too.
This time a good job, and they're going to give him a touchdown. Adai Llewellyn takes it in. Another touchdown for the Panthers. Pushing the score 66-13 with 9:03 left here in the fourth quarter. Excuse me. As you hear across the field. And the cannon fired off. It's a long-time tradition here at Pioneer. When you put up a score, fire the cannon, the little mini cannon down there. So Kaiser will be under center. No, that was Von Tobel. And then Adai Llewellyn gets caught in the backfield by number 12, Riley Wagner. So the two-point conversion would not be good. So it's a 9:03 mark. It's 66-13. Pioneer up. You're watching RTC TV4. We'll go to commercial break. We'll be back after this.
Thank you for expressing yourself during tonight's game in a way.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Back here on RTC TV4. Thanks for watching. Pioneers up big, 66-13 with 9:03 left in the game.
Andrew Dill deep to receive for the Lancer. Mixing it up that time instead of first.
Llewellyn to kick off. Last time he had a touchback. This time he gets a boot into it, sends it down there to about the 10. Watts on the carry. He's got some running room to the right side, and he's all the way up to almost the 40.
Watts with the return.
Nice job by Kobe Watts to return.
Forced out of bounds for 34.
They're going to mark him off at the 34 where he stepped out.
24-yard return.
Make it 1st and 10, Laville.
So 1st and 10, Laville getting things started here for the Lancers. They've kind of went away from that spread offense that they had a lot of success with. But
Yeah, then they start blitzing.
Yeah.
That had to fill a few
they're
of those
blitzing
gaps.
again.
Reverse.
It's a nice play by Watson. Oh, man, a good job. That's a good hard tackle by number 4, Jack Kaiser. Watts thought he could get a little shake on him, and Jack's like, I'm not all state for nothing. Jack
Kept his eyes right on his waist, and that's how you do it. You got to watch the waist. Can't go anywhere without it. Can't watch their eyes or their head.
So number 4 comes out. It's like Callahan Kinley in there on taking his spot. And now they're spread out. They saw Jack leave, and they're spread out. Here comes Gregorich putting pressure on, and there's a good pass there. Well, that ball was zipped for the first down by Doyle. And Andrew Dill with the catch.
Stop.
13 yards for a first down.
That plays enough for Laville. First down.
He didn't waste any time throwing that. He knew Gregorich was coming hard. So a 1st and 10 for Laville. Setting at the 47-yard line with 7:47 left here in the game. Doyle in the shotgun, barking out the play. The snap. And Doyle will throw to the right side. He's got some running room over there. He'll pick up that first down. A nice job to Watts.
Looked like they were going to do a jet sweep to the left and throws it back to the right to Watts. Picks up 15 yards for a first down.
It's a nice play.
Found a little seam in between a couple Pioneer players.
Started having that flow when that motion went to the left. So 1st and 10 for the Lancers. Go motion again. This time it's handed off up the middle. Good hard run. Kobe Watts running hard, and
Kinley with the tackle.
Callahan Kinley with the tackle.
Good for another Laville first down.
11-yard pickup for first down for the Lancers. Two wideouts to the right.
Nice job by the Panther D.
Quarterback sacked by number 8, Brenton Mersch.
Brenton Mersch came in there. Everybody was going right except for the quarterback. Mersch wasn't fooled. Gets a sack.
Nice job by the Panthers. Doyle under center. He'll take the snap, hand off to number 12.
Riley Wagner.
Good run by Wagner. We'll get back to the original
Dustin
yard
Sparks
marker.
Finds his legs, brings him all the way down, but he picks up about 6 yards.
Gain of 6 yards on the play. Makes it 3rd down, 9 to go for Laville.
3rd and 9 now.
Shotgun formation. And, oh, that ball's on the ground. A good job by Doyle just to jump on top of it before they gave it away to Pioneer.
A little bit of low snap. He already had his weight motioning back, and made it difficult to catch, and smart decision just to fall on it.
And Laville's had a few of those plays where they've given it up to Pioneer on fumbles, but that time a good job by Doyle to get on top of it quick.
Makes it 4th down, Laville.
So 4th down for Laville, and that pushes them right back to where they were at. 4th and 14. Nothing to lose. You're going to go for it here. Doyle in that shotgun formation. He's just going to throw it up top, and a good catch. And I don't think he got in the end zone, but a great catch by Dill.
Pass complete to Dill. For Laville, first down.
30-yard pickup for Dill.
He's having a good night out there at that receiver spot.
He's got 190 yards receiving.
190 yards. That's something talked about.
And Doyle's got 247 yards throwing. That's a sophomore.
Yeah.
Against a #1 defense.
That time Doyle just pounds it forward and he'll get into the end zone. So a rushing touchdown for Laville. Not going to say that too often this year against Pioneer, but So 19 points now for Laville, 66 for Pioneer with just over 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter.
Number 10, Aiden Doyle in for the touchdown.
So they're going to go for the 2-point conversion here. Doyle set in the backfield at quarterback, shotgun formation. Takes a snap, and he just throws it short. Ball intended to Kobe Watts, and it's short.
He was wide open.
So 4:02 left here in the fourth quarter, 66-19. Pioneer up on the Laville Lancers. So Pioneer looking like they're going to keep that winning streak alive. What, 18 games now after tonight? A state record. So keep that going. Jack Kaiser having a nice night. Pushing that touchdown record of his further up.
Zarnecki set to kick for Laville.
Do you know who does have the touchdown record for
The
Pioneer?
state, or for Pioneer, it is Jack.
It is Jack.
Yeah.
I thought he crossed that last year.
Yeah, the state is, I can't remember.
Ezra and a dime.
I think what he had to average almost 4 a game
Yeah.
to break it.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous stats almost.
That's 28 points a game. It's a good kick. Ezra Llewellyn will take it at the 10. He's to the 20, and
Llewellyn with the return.
looked like Kaiser's trying to make a tackle on somebody actually there, but
Tackle made by Mason Payne.
so 3:55 left in the game. 66-19, Panthers up. Looks like Kaiser's done for the night on offense. At least he's taking a break, and Von Tobel will be your quarterback.
And Wireman will be in the backfield. You got a few young guys. I say Galmer's back in there, and Schnurple, and Mercer's on the wideout.
Von Tobel taking the snap here. He'll hand off to Wireman. He'll push forward. Picks up about 4 yards, it looks like. Maybe 5 yards even.
Seth Snyder in on stop.
Careful.
So 3:29 and the clock running here at the pit. Pioneer 66-19. Von Tobel up under center. Puts Llewellyn in motion. He'll hand off to Wireman. And he's fighting forward, and
Yeah, there wasn't much place to go.
No, but give him credit, he didn't stop. He had all the Laville Lancers on top of him.
still gets 3 out of it.
Joe Cubsville in on stop.
Less than a yard to go.
Gain of 4 yards on the carry. Make it third
So after
down.
that 4-yard gain, it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Panthers. But junior Miles Von Tobel at quarterback. He'll hand it off to Llewellyn, and he tries to get that first down, but I don't think he's going to get there.
Llewellyn, the ball carrier.
Nice job defensively by the Lancers, and number 22, Robbie Pope. It's a 1-yard loss for Llewellyn.
Loss of a yard on that play. Makes it 4th down and 2 yards.
So
to go.
4th and 2, we'll see if, and it will be Jack Kaiser going in to punt it away. Well, I
maybe
thought he was
not,
going. I
yeah.
thought he was going in there to punt. Oh, look at that. Adai Llewellyn pounds forward. First down, Adai Llewellyn. So they put Jack in there just to hand off and like a decoy almost, I think. Great job by Adai Llewellyn to power forward to get that first down. So with 1:30 left on the clock for the game, looks like the Panthers are going to take this win. It's just a question of
kneeling down.
Yeah. So Von Tobel will put it on a knee. I'll have about one more of those probably.
Make it second down for Pioneer.
Some stats for him there if you want. We can get some of the game-ending stats here. Looks like Kaiser ended up with 100 yards passing, but 160 yards rushing with 4 touchdowns. Yes, 4 touchdowns and a PAT. Adai Llewellyn, 20 yards. Ezra Llewellyn, 20 yards. Miles, 10 yards. Danny Gredrich, 124 yards tonight. And Derek Wireman, 13 yards. Receiving, Kinley, 25 yards receiving. Ezra Llewellyn, 75 yards receiving with 4 receptions.
So the final score here at Pioneer was 66-19. We'll take a quick break here on RTC TV4, and we'll be back to wrap up this game.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
So back here at the pit where the Panthers improved to 3-0 tonight over the Laville Lancers, 66-19. Pioneer started out getting scored on by the Laville Lancers on a pass to Andrew Dill, and Pioneer came back, was able to get ahead with a touchdown and by Kaiser, I believe.
Yes, 19-yard run.
19-yard run with 2-point conversion, giving them an 8-6 lead, and then kind of went back and forth a little bit. Then Pioneer took control. The defense really started to fight harder and really push that offensive line of Laville, and didn't give them a whole lot of time to run. But even at that, like you said, that sophomore Aiden Doyle over almost 250 yards passing tonight on this very good defensive team, Pioneer.
Yeah, 9 for 13 passing, 247 yards. He did have 3 interceptions, and I mean that knocks you down, and that makes it hard to do the complete scoring. But that's pretty impressive for a sophomore. Watts with 22 yards rushing for him, and Pope 19, Wagner 10, Andrew Dill 10, and Doyle with about negative 12 yards rushing. But 247 yards passing, and Andrew Dill on the receiving end of that for 190 yards receiving tonight, and Watts with 45. So that's pretty impressive. I mean, they came out with a game plan and got 2 of the first 3 scores. You just don't hear about that against Pioneer in the last few years. So they started off the game plan. Obviously, Pioneer made some adjustments and did what they had to do.
Well, that's something that'll be talked about in the film room with the coaches, the players, how we need to tighten up this defense on the passing side. The running side, they look pretty good, but, you know, putting the ball in the air, Laville did a good job tonight. So we'll be back next week. I believe it's homecoming here at Pioneer at the Pit. So definitely join us tomorrow, next week, next Friday night. Pioneer plays the Cast and Comets next weekend.
And that is a 7 p.m. start.
7 o'clock start. So we'll be on the air about 6:55, 6:50 time. So definitely tune in. Again, next week, Knox will be at Judson. That's a big rivalry game. Laville at Winnemac, Triton at Bremen, West Central at Culver. Those are the conference games for next week. Hey, I'll tell you what, we had a good one. Pioneer wins at 66-19. So
we were holding our breath a little bit there in the first quarter.
Yeah, we were. Well, that's going to wrap up tonight's coverage between the Pioneer Panthers and the Laville Lancers on RTC TV4. We'd like to thank Tom Shaw running the camera tonight, Doug Hess, myself, John Hines, saying goodnight from Pioneer here at the Pit. Thank you for watching. Always tune in Friday nights to catch all the action of Pioneer sports. Again, thank you again. We'll see you next week. From RTC TV4, have a good night.